that way. Stand backwards to the camera. It'll be different. We've never had one of those before.
Anytime you're ready. Ready. Okay. All right, sir. We have speed. Anytime you'd like to start.
Okay. Phil, do you spend your spare hours watching C-SPAN, things like that?
As much as I can. I just enjoy watching tired old men kick around the political football.
You don't do Dole, do you? You're the Clinton guy, but do you?
I don't. I'll tell you so. We got a place for people like you, Mr. Carter, down in. It's called Leavenworth. Yes, and you'll be there.
No. I just do a pale imitation of Dan Aykroyd, who does the ultimate Dole, in my opinion.
Politicians are great for that, aren't they? I mean, you ever watch these guys when they're starting to run? Like Kemp would not strike me as somebody that would be great for comic humor.
I know. I think I did Kemp once on Saturday Night Live. He has a kind of a gravelly voice like this, and he's long-winded, kind of like Donald Trump. Can't shut him up. But, as you know, I'm in primetime television now. I don't do too much of the character comedian stuff, although I'm doing our president on The Tonight Show on a fairly regular basis. In fact, I'm doing Bill the day after the election. That'll be fun.
You went to the Bill Murray School of Sincerity.
You've just unveiled one of the keys to my talent. I copied someone else. No, I'm a great admirer of Bill Murray, and I observed Bill Murray in my favorite Bill Murray roles, and I noticed there was a kind of unctuousness that he has in the Ghostbusters, for example. You know, when he says, "Is that a trick question?" You know that, and I sort of do a version of that a lot of times with some of my characters. That slick, facile way, slightly condescending way of communicating.
Yeah, you're a little more weaselly than Bill can get. You can play a little bit more of a darker character. Than
yeah. But I'm thinking now of Lionel Hutz as a character I do on The Simpsons, and he has a very unctuous quality. Mr. Simpson, I'd like to take your son to a chiropractic specialist. He might find soft tissue damage your physician's unaware of. There's just a tone there, and it's not literally like Bill Murray, but it has a similar quality. But yeah, I specialize in playing weasels in minx clothing.
Was Little Phil someone who did voices, or did you like to pretend and do other kind of things, or this happened later?
Well, Little Phil was a very shy kid, and I was the middle of 8 children, so I tended to be
Did you try to get
very
attention?
withdrawn. No, later on I became an attention monger, but growing up in a large family, I was always kind of pulled into a shell. Then my parents bought a Jonathan Winters album, and I memorized it. And I realized, hey, I can change my voice like this guy does, and it's fun. And so I used to do it on command for people.
Do you ever find yourself stealing from yourself? You know, because you've done so many characters. You know, do you ever find yourself, I'm like, have I done this one before, when you're trying to do a movie part?
Well, you know, one settles into certain grooves that work. So, yeah, I tend to resonate the same character traits repeatedly if it is the effect that the director and the writer desire. The character I play in Jingle All the Way is not unlike a few others I've played in sketches and so on, but he's close to myself in terms of the look and the vocal quality. The biggest changes between Ted Malton and Phil Hartman exist at an ethical level.
Yeah, he's a little bit more. Yeah, maybe a lot more. Let's hope.
He's a jerk. You know, if you look up Ted Malton in your CD-ROM encyclopedia, there's a hologram of me. You know.
Nice seeing you. All right,
Thanks.
Thank you, Phil. All right, yeah, he is kind of sleazy. I didn't want to say that.